All right, guys, welcome back. We are watching Oshinoko Season 1, Episode 2. Last time, well, we had a whole long first episode, that is for sure. Everything sucks. Ai's dead. Rough. Aqua is devoting himself to revenge, apparently. Ruby is in maybe a better case. I don't know. I'm just curious where we're going. I guess it's as Aqua said. That was merely the prologue, so who knows where we're going from here. Um, I see immediately we're starting in like the hospital room, which I kind of I'm curious about that. I guess we'll see. Um, I don't know. I guess we'll just get started. So we're watching season 1, episode 2. You can line up your own copy with this if you want to. We are starting in 3, 2, 1. Oh, this is the opening. Right. Oh, I love this song so much. I've never actually seen the opening though, so I should lock in. I can't believe I is just dead. Like, man. Oh, we have so much imagery of crows, right? Like crows just keep showing up. I don't know what to think of that. Oh, oh, God. Hmm. Oh, the star that went out. Man. Okay. That is a good opening, huh? That is a good opening. I mean, the song, I love the song so much, but just like imagery wise, like I think some very cool shots in there. That shot of like Aqua standing there and like the glasses break and oh okay, idol, okay. Ooh, is this how it works, huh? And Ruby's applying, of course. Oh God, how well can Ruby write? Sure, looks good, I guess. 1 in 105, Jesus. Interviews? Okay, okay. God, she's really going for it. 1 in 12. Interesting. That would be like 10 people out of the 120,000 or whatever. Whoa. I will keep that in mind. That her singing is apparently not good. Oh, yeah. Man, she is so, like, unbroken by it, right? Oh, sure, yeah. Oh, and what the other one? That you are reincarnated, I assume. Interesting. God, but she's already been alive longer now than she was as Serena, you know? Aw. God, it's like such a fairy tale, you know, for her for her, you know? Oh, yeah. She really did bounce back from it. Oh God. I don't say that. What's up, Aqua? I suppose. Does that mean you should just not care about school at all? I don't know about that. Yeah. You have a long life. after being an idol, too. Interesting. Oh, I think she is well aware. Hmm. That bad of a deal, huh? Right. I agree. Oh, okay. I understand. There's obviously like there's a balance between like chasing your dreams and like not throwing your life away for them, right? Hmm. Hmm, yeah. Oh, right. Up to something, huh? Oh, really? Wow. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. Interesting that she like takes it over, right? She's actually like, hmm. I guess she was always kind of the brains behind the operation, huh? God, she's so like different than she was like in those first scenes with her in episode one. Oh, yeah. Hmm. Interesting. Okay. Hey, yeah, maybe she'll get in. Come on. Oh. Oh, it's for an agency. That makes sense. I don't know how it works, but yeah. Interesting. Oh, God. Okay. I'm scared. I I bet she's not gonna get in. Oh? Maybe. Oh. No. Hmm. How does she deal with that? Dang. I mean, it's not the end of the world, right? But it's like she is so. She's. Oh, come on. She wants it so bad. Reality. Reality versus dreams. Yeah. I mean, they talked about that in episode one quite a bit, right? Wait, was that. Okay. Right. Right. Okay. Sure. Aqua. I guess I can understand why. Man, okay. Okay. I can understand. No, I can understand why he would do this, I suppose, right? He doesn't want her to end up like I, right? Exactly. And that's why. God. Oh, yeah. I I don't think that's it. Better that it's just me. Oh, God. Right. Yeah. Interesting. If he thinks his own life. We'll have to talk about it in the discussion. I just don't have time. Oh, just like I with Ichigo. Oh God. This seems like sketchy, right? Right. Oh God. Hmm. She's desperate though. She's desperate, right? She's uh oh god, they're gonna try and like, they get her all hyped up and excited and stuff, and then oh god. No, this is like kind of scary, right? She's gonna jump into something that she probably shouldn't, right? That doesn't mean you should keep stopping her though. Oh, yeah, but I mean, it's not your fault, obviously. I mean, it was so. Oh, yeah. Qualities to make it. It's what I would have wanted too, but I don't know. Oh, okay. What is he planning? Oh god, that like cat billboard thing. I've seen that before. Oh, oh god, look at him. What is he doing? Ooh. Oh yeah, it was a long time ago, right? What are we doing, Aqua? Yeah. What is happening right now? Oh, okay. Is she a member of that group? I see. I see. He's just lying. He's just gonna say that she failed or something, right? That's so mean. Okay. Interesting. I just have to like pay for them. How is that legal? To deduct the clothing? Oh, yeah. Not great. Hmm. Oh god, that is yeah, that is messy, huh? Hmm. Such a negative way to view it still, but I don't know. Does not sound yeah. Oh, yeah. They want new members to replace all of the ones who are gonna leave, I suppose. Okay. I suppose. Why would she trash talk her own agency though? Like it makes her seem desperate, you know? Right, yeah. I imagine that's probably just how it ends up a lot of the time, that one person in the group becomes more popular. Oh god, like what, huh? Oh, yeah. Make her, like, unhireable? Oh, interesting. Yeah, true, that was so, like, I don't know, that was not a good strategy for an interview. Hmm. God, I like Miyako a lot now. The old days, huh? Oh, God. Oh, she's so excited, but I'm so worried. Hmm. Certainly. Very. Yeah. I wonder. I wonder how she would feel about that. About not finding as much success as she wants. Oh, yeah. You only get one chance, right? Only get one life. At least most people. Oh, God. It's like she would know more than anyone. Oh, right. Oh, well, don't join that group. Oh, okay. All right. Big. Who else are we gonna find, though? Okay, okay. No, that's good, right? Supporting her dream like this. Oh God, she's really gotta like sign contracts and stuff. Yeah. Okay. Hmm. I'm sure. Brooding over there in the corner. Like, God. Who are you? Oh. Does he, like, live at home still? And nothing wrong with that, but come on. Ooh, that poster? Hmm. I like this guy. Yeah, what does he actually do, right? I guess, like, director stuff, I assume. Editor stuff, I suppose. Interesting. Indeed. I think it's his place to say anything, but yeah, he's gone in a different direction, right? Oh, even though I wanted him to so bad. Interesting, but he is yet he's still okay. Huh. Right. But it's not about acting. Yeah, exactly, right? It's about oh. Right. Has he made any progress on that end? Oh God. Right. DNA. Sure, sure. I don't know how you're gonna like do all of that though, but sure. Yeah, I guess if you're behind the scenes, sure. Oh, so he did. He did continue to act for a while. Oh, God, don't say that. Interesting. He wasn't special. Yeah. Right. Hmm. What does that mean to you? Yeah, right? Hmm. Okay. Hit me. Sure. Really ruined the dramatic moment. Can't win the lottery if you don't buy a ticket. Thank you. Thank you. Interesting. I just wonder how Aqua feels about that, you know? Because it's almost like he already won the lottery once by being reincarnated, you know? I don't know. Right. Don't push your mom around. God. It's rough. Yeah, come on. You wouldn't understand the modern economy, Aqua. Come on. I suppose, right? That doesn't mean he's not chasing what he wants, though, right? Just because he hasn't succeeded. He doesn't even know the real connection between him and I, of course. Of course. Should you dedicate your whole life to her, right? To this revenge? Not that he's saying that, he doesn't know. Interesting. Oh, of course he does, right? Yeah. Hmm. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. He still calls him that. Oh, God. We keep bringing up Aqua's age, which is interesting, because I wonder how Aqua views himself. Yoto High School. I see. Love the music. Oh, so that's why she needed the... Okay. She had to legally sign up for it and everything. Okay. No kidding. It's only probably the 15th percentile. Oh, yeah, he's a doctor, right. God. Sure. Don't feel shame in it, though. Come on. Oh, God, it's her. She remembered the name, remember? Oh, her eyes. God. Oh, God. What is she like now? I'm scared. Not this again. Right. Yeah, a long time ago, though. Crazy she still remembers, right? But it was a big wow. I'm worried. Interesting. She seems so genuinely. Oh, is that the end? That's the end of the episode? What the hell? Okay. That went by so fast. Man. Okay. Oh. I like this song. Hmm. Oh. Oh. Beautiful. Man. Oh, reaches towards the star. Yeah. Hmm. That was such a good ending. God, that was good. Wow. Okay. We'll talk about the episode in the discussion. Okay, let's talk about the episode. Man, that was a very good. I was almost gonna say first episode because it kind of feels like a first episode, right? Guess it's the second, but that was a really good episode. Something about like I don't know the pacing and just everything just comes together really well. I mean, that episode literally felt like it was 2 minutes long. Like cannot believe that was 23 minutes. That felt like it was over instantly. Um, Really good episode. I really enjoyed it. God, Aqua and Ruby are both very interesting characters, and I'm very curious where we are going with both of them. We're starting on like opposite ends, right? Where Ruby, it feels like she's almost like naive, right? She has this innocence, this naivety that it's like that feels like it would be very easy for her to lose it, right? Whereas with Aqua, he's so like nihilistic and so like such a he's standing over there in the corner brooding all the time. He's so like that, right? Then it makes you hope that like he is going to like get some hope in the world, some hope in his life, right? And in the places he could go with his life. We keep bringing up like in this talk between him and the director here. I keep missing his name. I will definitely see it as we go through. Doesn't she say it right here? I think she does. Oh God, Taishi is. I assume that's his given name. Um, we keep during this conversation they keep bringing up Aqua's age, which I think is interesting, right? About how obvious it is to everyone other than Aqua that he has so much potential. He has the ability to just go live his life and just go do things he enjoys, chase his dreams, right? That is what life is about, right? That's what life is for. But for Aqua internally, he views himself so differently, right? He thinks of himself as he doesn't view his life as like a normal life, right? Because of the whole like weird reincarnation aspect of it. And because he thinks he has like this thing he has to do, right? He has to dedicate his life like to I, basically, by getting this revenge, by doing all of this, Even though it's like it's not even what I would have wanted for him, obviously. It's just for himself, essentially, right? I imagine it comes from a place of him being unable to cope with what happened to I. And he like when he decided to chase revenge and all of this at the end of the first episode, it was really depicted so well. It's just like these spiraling thoughts he had to lead him to having something he can do, right? He wants some kind of answer, some kind of path he can go down to feel like he's doing something about this horrible, like awful tragedy that just happened, which is I being murdered, right? So I think in a way he's just doing it for himself, of course, right? I mean, I's dead, right? Like he just wants to feel like he's doing something about it, I suppose. I don't know. It's really interesting. It's really interesting to think about it because like it's so easy to like fall into the same line of thinking that Aqua is in and think like, yeah, he already lived a life once, right? So it's so easy probably for when someone like the director here tells him those like normal things that you normally tell like a teenager, that you normally tell a kid, right? Like, you can do what you want with your life. You can chase your dreams, all of this. It's just interesting because that's something that Aqua has already done before, assumedly, right? We assume. I mean, how much work is it to go through medical school? A lot, right? He already put in all of this effort, all of this hard work, became a doctor, all of these things. And where did that lead him? I guess that is the interesting question from that. Is where did that lead him? Was he happy with his life as a doctor? Was he happy? Maybe not. We know he faced a lot of loss as a doctor, right? Like with Serena, with his patients, had such an impact on him. He wanted an outlet. He wanted something like I, which like in my mind, the point of like the idol industry and that kind of thing, right? Like fantasizing so much like that is it's kind of like an escape, kind of like an escape from your life, all of these things. So the fact that Aqua himself wanted that and the fact that Aqua experienced it being taken away, experienced being randomly murdered by the same guy who killed Ai. Um, how does that leave him, right? Where does that leave him for, like, chasing his dream, right? Oh, and on top of that, seeing Ai chasing her dream and get murdered on the day before, on the day of that she was supposed to, like, go to the dome, and that was, like, this big, like, symbolic, like, her completion of her dream, almost, all of this, or at least for like, Ichigo, for example, it certainly was. So Aqua, I think, has this attitude about chasing your dreams and all of this, where he thinks it's not worth it. He thinks it's, like, dangerous. He thinks it's, um, yeah, he thinks it's better to what? To just be safe, right? He views it as a burden as well. After he calls Ruby and gets her, like, kicked out of the thing, right? He thinks, only I have to do what needs to be done. Yeah, right here, right? So he views it as, like, a burden in a way. It's so interesting, right? Because if he's thinking of it like this, I mean, Ruby isn't thinking of it like that. Ruby doesn't think of it as something that needs to be done, right? Like, does he think of, like, Ai's wishes for them, what she wanted them to do, right? What she would have wished for them, to be an idol, to be an actor? Does he view that as a burden, right? Something that only he has to bear, that he doesn't want to force Ruby down that path, right? Like, God, such a negative way to think about it, right? Such an awful, awful, sad thing to think. But I understand it so much, right? I understand him so much because looking at what happened to I, it's like, ah, God, it's so awful. It's so awful, right? And if that is the reality of what it means to be an idol in a sense, then, like, it's like, what are we doing, you know? Oh, God. So I understand him so much, but it's just obvious that he is in a horrible headspace about this. I guess my take on it, right, with this whole he already had a life before and all of this, so it's like he feels like he shouldn't, like, chase his dream and do what he wants. He has this serious, like, motivation problem and all of this because of that, at least partially because of that. I guess my take on it is just like he's alive. He's still alive. He's still a person, right? Just because he had a life before, or even just because he has memories of a life before, right? Um, Now he's Aqua. Now he's a different person, right? He still has all of this life ahead of him, and just throwing it away for no reason. It's just that can't be the right path to go down, right? There's no way. Because I just imagine in the future, right? Like, if he dedicates himself to this revenge for so long, it's just so hollow and pointless, right? That's what revenge always is, right? Like, let's say in the future, in 50 episodes from now, he finds their father and shoots him in the head and kills him, and he's done it, right? He's got his revenge. Um, what now, right? What do you do now, Aqua? Kill yourself? Like, what are we gonna do, right? You still have your whole life ahead of you other than that, right? So it's like when he, God, it's like this scene here when he's talking to Ruby about, like, not like chasing her dream too much, that she, like, throws away the rest of her life, right? Aqua's, like, doing the same thing, right? Aqua is doing, like, the same thing, right? You shouldn't sacrifice your life for your dream, and you shouldn't sacrifice your dream for your life, I guess. That's a weird way to put it. But the way Aqua is doing this is just the same as what Ruby is doing, right? Or it's worse, because, like, we don't even know that Ruby's headed down that path, but Aqua certainly is, right? He's not thinking about his life or what he wants to do at all, right? I guess he's going to high school, he's getting an education, but who cares, right? That's not really chasing what you want in life, and that's the point of life, right? Yeah, he's actually just like a hypocrite, huh? But I guess he is like a traumatized, like, frankly, a child, right? Like, even though he has the memories of being a doctor and all of that, thinking about this, like, logically, like, physically, I suppose, his brain is still that of a traumatized child's. So I'm not gonna be too mean to him, I guess, right? Obviously, either way, he's still, like, a broken, damaged person. So, like, it's not his fault, right? It's just something I wish he would recognize about himself, right? That he's worried about Ruby chasing her dream, like, too much. Well, you aren't chasing your dream enough, buddy. Like, come on. Okay, let's actually go through the episode, like, scene by scene. So we start with Ruby. So we start with this, yeah, with this big, like, national idol Certain large-scale idol groups audition for additional members. So it's a very large-scale idol group. 136,000 applicants. Is that really the scale at which these things happen in Japan? I guess I have no idea what it's like, right? But it's 136,000. Only 1 in 100 get through this written application. I love idols. They're pretty and cute like flowers and set everyone's hearts aflutter. They're the best thing ever. They've always cheered me up. Someday I want to be a cute and lovely idol who can give courage to blah 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 blah. Very nice, very cool, Ruby. I wonder like what they saw in this that made them like it so much. I guess this is the right kind of attitude, right? They want this kind of like bubbly, like I don't know how much of that to do with the pictures she uploaded too, right? Who knows? So 1 in 100 past that. So yeah, then there's like 1,000 left. Second screening interview held in 8 locations throughout the country. Awaiting results. Previous passing rate 1 in 12. So there's 1 in 12. So it's like 100, right? Okay. Yeah. So it's like 100 of those people pass to awaiting results. And then, yeah. I see. I see. I wonder if there's more steps beyond that. I assume because 100 is still a lot, right? Hmm. Couldn't even apply to the last audition because I was too young. Been waiting 2 years. How old are they now? They're entering high school. So they would be like 15, 16, I guess, right? There, your singing is kinda. She's bad at singing. Good to know. Good to know. Totally got this audition in the bag. Then one day I'll be a top idol like mom was. They keep making these comparisons between say Ruby saying that she wants to be like mom, that she wants to be like I. It's so oh god. Every time someone she says something like that, it's like I get this shiver up my spine because it's like, where did that lead her? Right? Where did that lead I? And not only that, but it's like I's life wasn't even like it felt like being an idol for I wasn't even the thing. Wasn't the thing that made her happy. Wasn't the thing that really brought her like anything in life. It felt like it was having kids, right? It was having this relationship with her kids. Um, being an idol, it felt like this desperate attempt to like feel love, either receiving it or giving it. And then she was murdered because she was an idol. But I don't know. I don't know. That doesn't mean it's all bad, I suppose, right? It's so hard to say, I guess. God, everyone's heads turn as Ruby walks by. I guess if I saw someone with eyes like this, I would be terrified. So, can't blame them. I have 2 secrets that I can't even tell my friends. One's that my mother is the legendary idol I, who was killed by a fanatical stalker 10 years ago. It's interesting that they cover it up, that they don't, that that's not like public in any way. Although I guess it's like how would like what they would sell the story to a tabloid or something? Like what would be the point of that, right? But it's interesting that Ruby can't like tell anyone personally. Although I suppose that would always be the fear, right? Even after Ai's death, that there would be the horrible like drama farmers that would try to yeah, they would want to publish it in a tabloid and would want to, drama farmers. I don't think that's a term. But you know what I mean, right? That even if it ever got out, it would still be a story. It would still like tarnish her legacy, even though how stupid that is. Like it would tarnish her legacy because she had kids. Like wow, how horrible, how scandalous, right? Suicide of the culprit, yeah. Other is this. I have memories from my previous life. I was sickly from the day I was born, and I spent the majority of my life in the hospital. It's so interesting, right? Ruby has now been alive longer as Ruby than she ever was as Serena, right? Um, which that probably plays a large part in why she's so easily able to view this life as her own, right? Rather than I mean, like she's thought of herself as Ruby longer than she's thought of herself as Serena, right? Like she just is Ruby, right? I think Aqua just is Aqua too, but it's just different for him, right? Because of the way he engages with like this whole thing, And it's like obviously it was such like a fantasy fairy tale dream for Serena that it just feels like it was like granted that it just feels so different for her than it does for Aqua. And I think that's why they engage with the way they think about their lives so differently. Oh God, this is so sad. Look at her. Even at the moment my life's flame was extinguished, I singing was echoing through my head. Ah, but the next time I woke, I'd been reborn as I's child. God. Those few years until Mom died were a treasure to me. But she's still alive, right? That's the interesting thing, is it's like the dream she really wanted, that she really had, was to be like alive, to just live a life, right? Like she says that here in this conversation with Aqua, um, about how like some people, they can't chase their dreams at all of this, and that's really the opportunity she's been granted, right? As horrible as Ai's death was, it's not like just I being her mom was the real like point, right? Like, she would have been very happy if she could have been reborn to just live a life, even if she wasn't Ai's child, right? Whereas for Aqua, right, I feel like he lost a life. He really did, right? He was a doctor. He had connections to other people, unclear because it still hasn't been reported, which is crazy. Maybe it has been now. Who knows? Um, Surely like his body would be found, right? I guess it was in the middle of the woods. I don't know. Either way, um, he thinks of it differently, right? Like what he said about how if I is gone, what's the point in this world, right? It was so focused on her. It was so focused on just like that, right? That was the point. He got to play out this fantasy, you know. He got to escape in that way. I was such an escape for him. He was he was her fan and all of that, you know. So it's like the fantasy's been broken. He just has to go back to life, right? Which in the first place, what he wanted was an escape from life in a way, right? That's the point of like being her fan in the first place, you know. And Sharina never got a life like that, right? So that's what she really wants, you know. This is very cute right here, the face she makes. Talking about your dreams is fine, but high school entrance exams are fast approaching. It's so interesting, right? That he cares so much about like the entrance exams and stuff, but not like chasing your dreams, you know? I wonder if that's how he feels. Is that how he felt about his previous life? Did he feel like he got to chase his dream at all in his previous life as well? Because that would be interesting, right? I hope we ever learn anything about that. Um, if he already is like soured on the idea of chasing your dreams because perhaps either A, he failed to chase his dream in his previous life, or B, he did chase his dream, he wanted to be a doctor, and it didn't like end up how he thought it would be, perhaps, right? Him chasing his dream wasn't as fulfilling, as satisfying as he thought it would be, right? Um, Again, it's like we saw what it led him to in a way in episode 1, right? He still wanted an escape. It still wasn't everything for him. So him trying to like temper Ruby's expectations makes sense, right? Hmm. High schools with performing arts departments focus on the interview. They'll just glance at your test scores at most. What's funny is she is entirely not wrong, because they only require the 15th percentile, or the top 15th percentile. Oh no, the bottom 15th percentile, right? At least, to get into the school, which is very funny. Like, God. If I become an idol, I won't need to study for entrance exams. Two birds with one stone. Yeah, that really is like a dangerous way to think about it, right? To chase your dream to that extent, right? Um, but not even. I guess it's just Ruby is using that as an excuse to not to not like study, right? Like it's not like she has to give up caring about school to be an idol, right? She can do both, right? She just isn't, right? She's just saying, "Oh, I'm just going to fulfill my dream, so it'll be fine," right? Which yeah, that is a dangerous way to think about it. I don't mind if you dream of being an idol, but don't have illusions about it. That's so interesting, right? Him saying that he doesn't mind if she dreams of being an idol, because yeah, as long as she's just dreaming about it, that's fine. When she's actually doing it, then he has problems, right? Salary is low. They retire before reaching 30. Daily life are under constant scrutiny by fans. She knows all of that. Yeah. Hmm. There are very few jobs where the cost is so disproportionate to the benefit. What's your point? Isn't life about doing what you want with it? It sure is, Ruby. Thank you. So true. You'll never be able to do a thing if you worry about cost and benefit. Some people go their whole lives unable to really do anything, you know? Yeah, like it's crazy how different their perspectives on that are, right? Because I guess again, it's like Aqua. I guess Aqua in his previous life got to like live more and got to live his life, and I suppose he was like dissatisfied with it in some way, probably. Whereas Serena, Ruby, she didn't really get to live a life at all, and she had all of these dreams and all of this, and now she's finally getting to fulfill it. So they just have such different perspectives on it. Heading to the director's place. So, he has indeed changed after Mom died. Always wears this gloomy face, never seems to be having fun. Been up to something ever since he became the director's apprentice. What does she mean by that? By up to something? Like, the stuff with chasing the revenge for their father, but like I don't know, has he even started that, right? Or is he still just on his goal of getting higher up in the entertainment industry, right? Like he has no way of really doing that now. What is she referring to by up to something, right? Not the only one who ended up changing. So Ichigo just left. So fuck this guy, I guess. Like he just left. Oh, they got divorced. Like okay, God, I guess that happens in life. I don't know. Rough, I suppose, but like she's got to be a single mom now for both of them, right? Like I guess that's my objection, I suppose, right? Rough, huh? Can't help but feel. I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's more to it than that. I guess I don't want to say he's just automatically a terrible person, but God, just didn't care about Aqua and Ruby, huh? Man, Bikomachi disbanded, pivoted into managing internet personalities. God, this is quite the God, well organized, huh? Man. Put together another idol group. Well, we sure are, huh? The dream that I showed us was an experience I can't easily forget. I love Miyako so much now. She's like such a God, she's so like mature now compared to the way she acted in episode 1 when she had to watch them, right? Babysit them. I wonder, you know how like the Aqua and Ruby would just like talk around her as babies because they convinced her that they were the incarnations of gods or whatever? Do they ever talk about that now? Is Miyako ever like, hey, you guys remember when you talked all the time as babies, right? What was that all about? I don't know. I don't know. That needs to be thought of as essentially having won the lottery. Yeah, yeah. Longer I do this job, the clearer it becomes to me. Miracles like that don't happen twice. The reality is, things just don't go that smoothly. We keep talking about that. Reality versus dreams, right? That your dreams collide with reality and it's not doesn't end up the way you think it will, right? Which is I don't know. Hmm. It's interesting because like that's kind of that whole illusion, right, of what it even means to be an idol is kind of like that too, right? The illusion of idols that people have from the outside. The illusion that they have to keep up, right? That's enforced upon them, I suppose. Kind of like that with dreams too, in a way, right? That you have this illusion of what your dream would be in your head, and once you actually start doing it, it's so different. She would be in a different agency, but thank God Aqua's on the case and does this crazy God, like this is so mean, right? But I understand his feelings. I understand where he's coming from. I completely get it. But just how awful, right? Like, oh God, so sad. That's reality for you. Lots of politics involved. Can't expect your ability to be judged fairly. Yeah. Not everyone can have it go as well as it did for I. Gotanda. Is that his? Yeah, Gotanda is his name. So Gotanda Taishi is his name, I suppose? Okay, okay. God, he has all of these, like, movie posters and stuff. Man. Foam Club? Like, is this Fight Club? Like, what? Man. Truck driver. What does that one say? Can't tell. What does that one say? Can't tell. Something. I assume these are all, like, based off, like, famous posters. I just can't tell. I don't know. I don't know. So yeah, Aqua called to I ruined this for Ruby, which yeah, no, I understand, I get it. It's just the level of like manipulation here, the level that he goes to, right? Sent a text from their phone and like blocked them, and like, yeah, it's crazy, right? Why are you going to such lengths to crush your sister's dreams? That girl's a beauty, she actually has quite a chance of making it. Not gonna let her become an idol. I won't let her repeat I's mistakes. Oh God. So how's he gonna feel now? Now that like in this episode we kind of cover that, and she is becoming an idol, right? At least under Miyako. I wonder if Aqua feels like he will be able to like exert more influence on all of that, right? Like kind of guide her in a safer path, maybe, because he's here too, you know? I don't know. I don't know. I love what they do with the eyes, the star eyes. They use them so much, you know? I alone will do what needs to be done. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So Ruby gets scouted, right? It shows that her dream can't be held down that easily, right? That like no matter what, if you keep trying to do this to her, if you keep trying to hold her dream back and not let her chase it, she is just it's gonna find its way to her, right? Like it's impossible. You can't protect her like this forever, you know. And like this is much worse of a situation, right? Like this underground idol group that is very sketchy, right? Yeah, we're gonna go. You can see our next concert, then we'll get the contract going. They're trying to get it all hyped up and stuff, you know. Yeah, yeah. Hmm. So they do have other employees, which is good to know. Didn't realize that. It's not just a Miyako job, I suppose. Still find myself thinking that if I'd done this or that back then, maybe things would be different now. Don't think that. God. Ah, I've raised Ruby as if she were my own daughter. She really is, in a way, right? Like, Ruby just has two moms, right? You and I. Like, uh, protect her no matter what. It's because she's my daughter that I can't stand in her way. It's so interesting. She has such a different relationship with Ruby in that way than with Aqua, right? Or at least, like, on the outside, I suppose, right? The way they're talking about it. I assume she still views Aqua in that same light, that he's her son, of course, right? But it's gotta be hard, right? They're such different people. Hate to say it, she's the qualities to make it. Yeah, yeah. So Aqua goes out and does this crazy, like, oh god, it looks so cool here. He scouts one of these idols that's for the same underground idol group that Ruby was going to be part of, and we learn all this stuff about it, right? Which it's rough. This whole god, we keep bringing up this thing about how the idols have to pay for their own clothing and pay for all these expenses by themselves and all of this stuff. How is that allowed? Like that's crazy, right? That's insane. And commissions based on the number of Polaroids with fans, which makes up my main income. Then clothing expenses and so on are deducted from that. And I've got to pay for my own transport and makeup too. So most months I don't even take home 100,000 yen, like $1,000, not even, right? God, horrible, right? I can't even imagine how much work it is. You know how stressful it is. Yeah. Oh, one girl the manager is really promoting. She's going out with the higher ups. Yeah, sounds like really not something we want Ruby to be part of, right? And it's interesting. We see like this jealousy too, right? She lures those idol nerds and steals other members' fans. Taking my job seriously, but the management is a joke, so I'm not getting anywhere. It's interesting how we see like this embittered side of like blaming your coworkers, blaming the management, blaming all this stuff for your failures, all of this. I don't know. It's interesting, right? Not that I'm saying that like that's not really going on. I just think it's I don't know. It's such a yeah, because I'm sure at one point this girl was probably similar to Ruby. She probably had all these fantasies of what it would be like, and then they were kind of crushed, probably, right? Vibe is awful. People are quitting. That's why they're looking for new members. Yeah, no. Ruby cannot join that group. No way. It's pretty common for there to be groundless rumors born from jealousy and friction between members and dissatisfaction with management. I suppose, but like, why would she come into this interview and start saying all that? Why would she do it in the first place, I guess? It was like not a good decision. Even with Bikamachi, Ai's popularity far outshone everyone else's, so there were claims of favoritism. That's probably just how it ends up, right? That there's probably just like one person in the group that ends up being more popular than everyone else, that kind of like centers around them. Yeah. Could hire a detective and spread the dirt online. Jesus. I guess he's talking about the group, not Ruby, but God. I have no intention of letting Ruby become an idol, least of all in some group with untrustworthy management. God, he cares about Ruby so much, right? I guess that's the other interesting thing to think about, is he cares about Ruby so much. Why? Right? Why does he care about her? If he views his life and he views himself as like not even really being Aqua in a way, right? Like he doesn't like think of this life in like a normal way or engage with it in a normal way at all. How does he justify caring so much about Ruby then? You know, how does he justify like all of that, you know? Because obviously it is like a meaningful connection. Obviously, they're siblings, right? Of course he cares about her, right? That's like the obvious answer. Of course he does. I just in his mind, how does he justify that? You know, why does he care about her in his head? You know, not gonna hire someone who badmouths their colleagues. Yeah, can't really blame you. Can't really blame you. Oh, and this, I assume this is kind of when she made the decision, or part of what helped her make the decision to, yeah, to start up an idol group again. God, it's so cute. Look at them. The little goobers down here. God. The other members of Bikomachi never knew that they were her kids there, right? So I guess just they thought they were Miyako's kids and I was just holding them for it to be cute. I don't know. I love how like Winbose Media. Right, right. What is this? Like Windows 8? Man. She's all dressed up. She's all ready. She is very serious about it. She has to chase her dream. Of course, of course. A much better attitude than Aqua has, right? Like, yeah. God. Aqua would be much better off to be, like, innocent and naive like her than like this, right? You'll end up happier, I think, you know? Now, and maybe even saying that she's like that, though, is unfair in a way, right? Like, maybe assuming that she doesn't actually understand the reality of it is unfair, right? It's just so hard to not view it like that, right? Don't join that group. God, she starts crying right away. But yeah, join our agency. Time for a new idol group. Big, very big. Where are we gonna get other idols from to start an idol group? Where are we gonna get other girls? I don't know. From the high school, I guess, right? I suppose. Sign our contract. Ruby can now get sued. Needs to get into the performing arts department. So that okay, yeah, she literally explained it there. So that is why she needs to be officially signed. Is yeah to get into the performing arts department at the high school. Okay, okay. Aqua shows up here at Gotanda's house or apartment. So he is his little assistant. He does some editing work. Yeah, he does some random stuff. What pro? This is not DaVinci Resolve. This is Fine Yol Cat Pro. Right, right. I mean, I feel like all editing software just like looks the same. Like this looks. I use DaVinci Resolve. This just like looks like the same, right? Guess it always does. I don't know what like these are. What are these like? These blocks here, like the gray blocks, like the symbols inside. I have no idea because like these are video tracks, right? But these aren't just like empty spaces. Like what is this? I don't know. I don't know. Something. Something. Acting as something like the director's apprentice, he's allowed me to assist him with film production. Sister is becoming an idol, and I guess he's allowing it to happen, I suppose, right? With family managing the group, I doubt things will go south. Yeah, yeah. Hmm. And here we talk about Aqua and acting, right? Which we've kind of talked about, but it's so interesting. He clearly does want to do it, right? He clearly has a desire to do it. The scene ends with him almost saying, I something, right? And then his mom walks in, god damn it. Um he does want to be an actor. He does want to chase it. He wants to, at the very least, do it because it's what I would have actually wanted for him, right? But I'm sure he enjoys it. I'm sure he does find some kind of meaning in it for sure, right? To me, being an actor was a mere means to an end, for finding the man who brought about Ai's death, finding my father and then giving him a taste of the pain I endured. Just not, this can't be right, Aqua. This cannot be the right way to think about things. Like, come on. Like, by a twist of fate, the key for detecting him lies within myself. Yeah, we cover all of this again, the DNA thing. I don't know how he's gonna do that, but, like, I guess it wouldn't be that hard to just get some hair or something. Sure. And yeah, he doesn't have to be an actor. He can be like a director or something, right? Like if he could get all the way up there, yeah. I'm sure he could do it if he really applied himself to it. But I guess that's the thing, is it's like, can you even succeed? Can you succeed in a path like this if your motivation isn't to succeed at it, right? If it's just a means to an end, you know? I don't know. I don't know if it's possible, right? I feel like you're really missing something then, you know? Though they were minor roles, I came to understand something after appearing in a number of your films. I have no talent for acting. There are loads of people in the world who try their best as actors, but can't draw an audience, and I was one of them. Interesting. He thinks of himself as not special. That's so. Does he need to be special? Does he want to be special, right? Why does being special matter to pursue what you want? Because he thinks it would just lead him to failure, I guess. So then it's like, what's the point, right? Such a negative way to think about it, you know? Hmm. And maybe that's why it feels like he's just pursuing the same thing. He's just going after the same thing he already did, right? Like he's just pursuing this education and all of this again. He's pursuing all of that because he knows he's already good at it, right? Like, I mean, obviously, right? He's a high schooler. He's going to high school. It's pretty normal. But like, you know what I mean, right? He's succeeding in education, and I guess that's something he's already done before, right? That's something he's already special at in a way, right? I don't know. I don't know. No good to hold on to goals that are beyond your means. How do you know what's beyond your means, Aqua? You can't. There is literally no way to know what is beyond your means. Like, that is impossible, right? Like, oh, God, come on. If kids don't dream, who else can even hope to? Even university age is too early to be giving up on what you want to do, right? Here's some advice from a middle-aged guy who kept on dreaming for 20 years. So this is the interesting kind of thing. How does Aqua view himself, right? He's getting this advice from Gotanda here, but how does Aqua view himself, right? Like, because Aqua doesn't think of himself as just a normal, like, high schooler, teenager, or kid, right? He views himself almost as a middle-aged guy still, I feel like, right? So, I don't know. Does he feel like he knows better? I guess he does take it to heart in a way, right? He almost says something at the end, right? So, I don't know. I'm only going to say it once, and then he says it twice. Every single person has the right to dream. Absolutely. Can't win the lottery if you don't buy a. I don't like equating it to the lottery, because the lottery is stupid, but I understand your point. Really ruins the moment. Like I said, I went through a period where I couldn't get ahead, but. Right, right. Aren't you in your mid-40s? Isn't it about time to move out of your folks' place? Aqua, the economy's rough. Like, come on. Like, this is probably you wouldn't get it. Okay, you grew up. You were a doctor in like the early 2000s, the 90s or something. I don't know when this is set, but like things were different back then. Aqua, come on. In any case, you can't win the lottery if you don't buy a ticket. I'm saying that you should have more faith in your talent. Absolutely. Those words fall flat coming from a middle-aged guy still living in his parents' house. This is such a meaningful thing for him to say. Such a meaningful thing for him to say because like what? He's saying that he thinks Gotanda must have failed because he hasn't succeeded yet because he's middle-aged and living in his parents' house, you know? So then therefore what? That he shouldn't try, right? Like that's such a sad way to think about it. Such a sad way to view the world, you know? There was a time when I believed I had the same talent as I. However, unlike however, unlike literally. I get, he didn't actually say that like in Japanese, but still. Yeah, all he's talking about is I. He's not I. You're Aqua. Literally. Yeah. Hmm. Like remember how good he was as a child actor, right? Like understanding what the director wanted from him, all of those things, all of those unique skills that can be good as an actor, right? What even is talent? I don't believe in talent. I don't think talent exists, Aqua. So I think you saying that you don't have this secret special talent to be an amazing actor from instantly, you're just discounting hard work that other people have put in to be good actors, right? Like a god, and he just doesn't want to put in that work, I guess, right? Like, just that's crazy coming from someone who went through med school. Like, med school's crazy. Like, God. God, I should have mentioned this in the first episode. I was an EMT for like 2 years, and then I was becoming a paramedic, um, which requires a ton of like clinicals. You go to like hospitals, and you work in the emergency department a lot. You do a lot of like stuff like that. So I have like this adjacency to this kind of medical thing a lot. It's like the hardest job in the world. Like being a med student, being like that kind of thing. It's crazy. It's insane. I imagine Japan is no different. Obviously, I live in the U.S. It's probably different here and there, but it's like it's the hardest job ever. It's like the craziest thing ever to try and do that, right? So like I the fact that Aqua is a person who could put himself through med school and all of the crazy stuff it takes to become like an actual doctor, which is way harder than anything I ever did. In like a similar the same field, but like yeah, the fact that he has this attitude about like talent versus working hard and all of that is crazy, right? It's crazy. I don't know how much of it has to do with the fact that he is a the whole like reincarnation thing. The fact that he has those skills from his previous life, like this whole like just knowledge about stuff, so he can succeed in high school and all of that, but not like acting. That's something that a new thing that he has to like dedicate himself to. So he just doesn't try, I guess, right? Like crazy, crazy. I don't know. I don't know. Far too young to be acting like an average Joe. You want to be an actor, don't you? It's written all over your face. Absolutely. Come on. It's what I wanted for you too. If you really want to do something for I, rather than chasing this revenge, try and become an actor, right? Chase what you want, right? Not even to be an actor, right? She just thought that's what you wanted. What she really wanted is for you to chase what you want. So do that. Please. And yeah, moment ruined. Thank you. He still calls him precocious. And here we are at the school. So yeah, there's the performing arts department, and then there's like a normal department. Just like normal education, I suppose. Ruby gets in there, he gets in the general education. Yeah. Quite the name indeed. I was attracted to the student culture here. What exactly made you so fascinated? Previously passed the entrance exam for Tokyo National Medical University, right? And it's just so interesting because he is such an impressive person in that way, right? A lot of people it's really hard to pass to get into a medical school, to become a doctor, all of that, you know? But Aqua doesn't think of it like that. It's so interesting. I don't know. I don't know. Hmm. And yeah, Kana walks by right as Ruby says, "Oh, you are Hoshino Aquamarine. People call you Aqua." For her to hear it. God, love her eyes. Look at her eyes. Crazy, right? They're different than eyes. Eyes, obviously, right? I had like the star, but they're like reminiscent in a way, right? Like there's a whole the night sky itself inside of her eyes in a way, right? All these little specks, all of that, you know? So cute. So beautiful. And they've met each other yet again. I wonder how her attitude has changed, right? She certainly seems different now. Um we talked in the first episode about how like she has to recognize someday that she's not the best actor ever and that people are going to be better than her. I assume as she's grown up, she has like noticed that, right? She's learned that lesson quite a bit. So I wonder how her attitude has changed. She seems quite different now, right? I mean, she seems like crazy about Aqua in terms of like this. She's something very meaningful there in terms of whatever lesson he taught her back then, right? She seems very glad that he is still, yeah. It's almost like she wants the competition. She wants, I don't know, what does she want from Aqua? You know, what does he mean to her, I suppose, right? It's been like a decade, longer than a decade, right? I wonder if it was on that day when he was better than her that she like learned that important lesson, you know? I don't know. I'm excited to see how she's different now, right? And that is episode 2. Really good. I love the ending. The ending is so good. The ending and the opening are both really good. I'll talk about it more, but like God, this is already such a long discussion. Um, they're both really good. I love them both. I think there's some really cool shots. I love this shot of like Aqua. I guess this is him as the doctor still. And like the glasses break, and then it's like this. Oh, such a cool shot. And then the ending, I don't know. The ending has all these. It shows Aqua as like a puppet, right? There's all like these strings on him, or like not even like being pulled underwater. You know, uh, very interesting. Really makes you think. Hmm. Either way, I suppose that is it. So, if you enjoy my videos, please subscribe, leave a comment, tell me what you think, and I will see you in the next one.